relatively early. We're talking about Deso timing on Templar Assassin. I'd say very difficult game for Talon.
I would agree with that. I think like Mikoto is a very good puck. That is all I was saying.
Yeah.
He needs to do some heavy lifting.
He is going to have to hardcore carry.
Well, heavy lifting, we're going to find out, and we will have two of the nicest casters you'll probably ever run into in a bar fight. It is a lyrical entrance. I was like, trying to look over. Lyrical entrance, take it away.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Nick. Yeah, that's us. We're bar fighters. We're the people that do that. Trent, how you doing?
Is that what we're doing? I thought we were barfing.
Put 'em up, mister. Bang, bang, bang.
Oh, what can I say? I'm a pacifist.
Yeah, that's fine. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Hey, it's nice to be here over the main stream. Look, lovely background here. Look, there's the future stage right down there. That's not the green screen anymore.
Great panel.
Yeah, before it was green screen,
Right.
but now we're up here, and I'll do my best to try and do the Jenkins. You know, they had really good body movements. That's what I noticed.
They did.
I took some notes.
They did a lot of tummy padding too.
Well, Sunset moves is a unit. The shoulders don't turn.
But we
so I
do
like that.
have a wonderful game here as well,
Oh,
Trent.
Dota.
We can talk about that a little bit. Talon facing off against Soniqs, and both teams needing wins, like incredibly badly.
Yeah, we've got some desperation mode happening here, right? This is a scary group stage, okay? Lots of eliminations, 3 and 2, depending on which group you're in. And our teams are ready. Heroes are out on the field, so let's get right into it.
Let's get into it. That's right. 3 teams eliminated from this group. That's the scary one to be in. And I will say that one of the things I'm really watching out for in this game is can they get past that initial burst that Soniqs is going to put out there, or are Talon just going to get ran over? If you can get to the stage where these big ultis matter, you got this coil, you got the black hole, you know, Cold Winter's Curse, all the Medusa shenanigans. But on the other side, maybe Quincy could just run away from them. You know, they're pretty quick.
Yeah, they have a frightening lineup in that regard. It's definitely a game where they get out of your hands for the side of Talon. So you have to watch those lanes, make sure no one's getting run over too much there. And yeah, I'm definitely in agreement with the panel though. I think that although Soniqs have had some rough starts here, you know, they turned it up at the end, managed to get themselves a W.
Right.
So coming to this one a little bit hot. And this looks comfortable. But comfort as well for Talon. This is something they've played a lot. You know, this sort of strategy, 23 Savage, we have definitely seen the Medusa a lot. You know,
yeah.
A hero he's well known for playing. Mikoto on the puck, Zephyr on the Tiny in his stand-in form here. So confidence in the heroes, you know, it's just a matchup of the strategies that could bring a problem for them.
Right. Well, and you can see right there, Zephyr looking for a toss back, not quite able to find the connection. And in fact, Leslau, Quinn heading on in, wanting to get the bounty room, but they're going to have to give that one up. So instead, it's going to be just the 2 apiece. But one thing that I would mention is that, you know, leading into this, obviously on the mainstream, there was the EG facing off against Spirit Game. But on the other side, we did see you know, the Soniqs team finally managed to take that victory. It was off the back of a Yawar TA. This time, Quinn, Talon would have been watching that game, but they do decide to swap it up in the end.
Well, I mean, you know, we finally moved ourselves away from this safe lane TA. Guys, turns out can still play mid. Who would have thought? It means versus the puck, these being absolutely classic counter pick you would go for, sending the TA into the mid. So, you know, the benefits is that you're still pretty close to the Ancients, obviously, when you would go in the mid lane, whereas up top, you're not really there. So if you get someone stacking for you, that can be great. You still do just fine in the matchup. And what it does enable, too, is the matchup that they've now set, where we're going versus this Enigma and Tiny up top here, and with the help of the movement speed of MSS's rebounds, which is just so terrifying.
Right, and this is normally a lane that, you know, can get some pretty good damage in. We've seen the power of Enigma and the ability to pressure and take that tier 1 tower. We'll see if Mikoto can get this range creep. Does manage to get it. He's been kind of getting a couple of quick ones there. I think that was 2 range creeps on Quinn. Not bad. It's, yeah, Mikoto and Quinn battling it out there in the mid lane. And of course, down bottom, we've got Hyde, 23 Savage, playing off against Fata and Leslau, who has been having a sort of back and forth tournament, I feel like. I've been seeing a lot of Razor play from him, but this time going to be on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, this lane pairing too, just like, I feel like we got halfway through that EG draft, and I was like, man, they could use a Snapfire here. And my head said, you know, where is Snap? Like, I feel like throughout Season 3 of the DPC, Snapfire, just so many games where teams had troubles coming back in games. I would say across most of the regions, it tended to be like, you know, lanes went really well. There weren't maybe as many comebacks as some other patches, but if there was one consistent hero that could claw you out of a laning stage deficit, it was just this Snapfire, right? You get the tome on this hero, you smoke up with your team, and the kisses with any semblance of initiation are so good at picking off that really core carry hero. So in combination, she's also a great laner. And now, like Fada, like here, down versus this Wyvern and Medusa, they should be able to put some pressure on.
Yeah, and particularly find a chance to kill off 23 Savage if you can get those levels on Fada. So we'll keep an eye on that one for sure. The other thing, of course, here is you talked about those stacks. Obviously, TA taking them significantly earlier than we would see a Medusa, but if you start rotating in a couple of those heroes, maybe they can scout out that those stacks are going on and try and come and contest them. So a bunch of different stuff to watch for in the mid game, and of course, all in towards the purpose of trying to slow down this Soniqs draft.
Yeah, and to that end, though, like they can't really enable 23 Savage in the traditional way that you want to for Medusa because they have some of the absolute best carries and cores for fighting over stacks on the side of Soniqs. I love Razor. Running in with ulti in the earlier parts of the game is very strong to try and contest ancient stacks. Templar Assassin, obviously, very ready to battle, has the traps for the vision to know when you're doing it, and then can also just straight up steal the stacks simply. And then Night Stalker, well, what do you think this guy's looking for?
Yeah, exactly.
He wants to find you in a compromised position with his vision and just like run over these cliffs. And so the Ancients is like the perfect battleground for Sonic Squad right now. And not having that for a Medusa lineup sounds like a serious issue to me.
Well, a lot to keep our eyes on. So far, Makoto continues to have a really good laning stage, and I'm liking these little side steps that he's doing, dodging the side blade hits that normally might have connected there onto that puck. He's been able to survive through it pretty well, going for the gloves of haste after the bottle and right into the phase boots. Interesting.
Well, you heard what Lacoste said. He needs to carry the heavy lifting. It's certainly true. This game off the back of his early game movements, as well as just the defensive TPs perhaps too, right? Like you love to see tower dives as a puck, so maybe can capitalize on that with some Dream Coils. Unfortunately, not going to find a water rune, that's for sure, because they get stolen up by Soniqs.
Yeah, they got the earlier one, but they do make those rotations and wanting to deny him whenever possible. Zephyr, in the meantime, playing around with that top lane, trying to draw the creep aggro over to give the Enigma a little bit of a better time. Is sitting 14-14 on the Enigma so far, but you know, levels-wise, it's not like it's. I mean, it is actually pretty heavily hurting the Razor. He's been able to get a ton of these. Razor only level 3 right now. So they've been doing a great job of shutting down his sort of level progression along the way, and what he wanted. Toss back now underneath the tower MSS. Yeah, that's still a broken hero.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, just for a toss and Malphite, he'll take that amount of damage for sure.
Yeah.
Gonna have to burn the salve on MSS here, and yeah, not able to get any sort of lane control out here from Sonic to the top lane. Definitely gonna be a problem. Hide interrupts the stack.
Nice, nice. Did still get the Ancients, though. That's what you want to see. But again, sort of sending in that Tiny up on the top lane to draw the creeps over and around and constantly getting the creep waves pulled apart. This Razor has definitely not gotten what he wanted so far. The Midnight Pulse is out along with some Eidolon's punches. Yawar dropping down low, but not quite going to die.
That is so close.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like, he doesn't have that much regen. This is still a rough time for Razor. He's running back home.
Yeah, it's still a walk all the way back. Not great. But you can see that MSS is just saying, like, you know, I can't really enable you in this lane. Like, maybe in the beginning, if they could have gotten, like, the first level 2 on their 2 heroes, that's what would concern me, right? Is, like, the rebound into the dispos, into, like, some Razor Link and damage. That could perhaps cause a problem. But as the levels stack up and the Eidolons become a little bit more frightening, that's when they decided they can't fight anymore. So MSS is now sort of wandering around the map like, what do I do? Like,
He's
okay,
actually going to stack this.
I can stack this. All right, team. I got this. Runes? Any rune getters?
Right.
Quinn, I'm here for you, bud.
Don't worry.
I know you love runes.
Oh my god, it spawns top. Makoto. Oh, that's so frustrating. They bring heroes over to help out the mid, and they just end up getting a haster on a puck. Yeah, that one hurts.
By moving your supports down to the side of the map, though, you're hoping to apply some pressure somewhere else to maybe give a little bit more freedom to Yawar up top if he heads back up there. So they're going to run on MSS from MSS right onto 23 Savage. It looks like it's free. Give him a little wave.
Yeah, there's no way he's out of this one. Have the dispose, as well as the cookie going, and first blood. After 6.5 minutes, MSS gonna draw it.
Of course, you know, the Marcy desperately in need of that first blood. His Hyde is just leeching some XP. Has an observer ward, so is seeing that Quinn is doing this right now. Yeah, you can see. snagging that up. And now I still see some confusion on this. These days you can leech Ancient's XP as well. Some people are still back in 2013 when you couldn't.
Right.
But obviously very difficult to get that far in.
And instead they're going to turn on to Hyde. MSS pulls him on over again. Does have a TP scroll, but with the cookie there, seems unlikely that Hyde will get away. Splinter Blast, some more punches. And will they finally finish him off? Has another rebound, so yeah, they're just conserving mana.
So these are good pickoffs and good kills, especially the 23 Savage one. That one's obviously very important because it's like pushing him out of the lane. It's all good, but it is all sort of like, we know that this is what Soniqs need at the base level for the lineup to work, right? Like if they're getting no kills, it's a problem. If they're getting some kills, it's like, okay, things are functioning as how they should, but are you getting enough punish? Like, are you slowing down these heroes so you're not killing at the moment? And I think Talon overall is feeling pretty okay with the current situation.
Yeah, anything that's not just getting completely face rolled is pretty nice. They're actually going for an armlet onto a Night Stalker as well. So he's wanting to scale and become a menace in these fights, which I think is pretty important for him, particularly playing against this Dusa.
Yeah, he's got some great enabling too, right? Between a Marcy with the rebounds and the sidekick as well. So I like that bit of a more varied build, the armlet.
4 heroes mid. I was wondering if they're trying to set something out there on Soniqs, but it is just a Invis MSS rotating around while top tower goes down. And we'll see if they get any sort of recompense for this. But right now, Soniqs looking for Hyde.
They got a Wandering Razor right now. That's the main problem for Soniqs.
And goes for the punches. Zephyr right on top of him. MSS is still there. The toss will not break the coil. But they now instead push over onto Mikoto. Doesn't have a point for silence yet. Trying to run away and get out of there. And Leslau manages to escape, so MSS providing a little bit of help for his offlaner. Yeah,
staying alive during that first night, very important. Still has the Dark Ascension if they want to try and do a turnaround play. As Quinn moves back into the jungle, and that finally allows Yawar to now come mid. It's just still trying to hit level 6 on your position 1.
Dude, it hurts.
Yeah.
This is not where he wants to be. A very frustrating round for a Razor.
He's queuing up the forbidden item.
Now, that's a MSS rundown onto Zephyr there, but yeah, like you said, he knows what he needs.
Well, XP is very important on this hero. You know, we like the talents, we like the scaling later on, so you're just buying a little bit more XP when you get such a rough start for Yawar. Okay. So that's what we're going to go with here. And Vlad's already done from KP. See, it kind of moves his little crew here towards that mid lane. Let's see if they can apply some pressure with the help of 23 Savage.
Okay. And at least for now, they had already used the TP onto Tiny, but they could be making a move. I mean, we'll see if they want to try and come back to defend this on Soniqs. It seems like they do, although Yawar, he might just be a bit too far forward. Zephyr hiding in the trees, though. They keep eyes on him. Avalanche afterwards. Toss away isn't enough. He does get one more last round of the plasma field, which will be enough to keep the tower alive and maybe turn on to Zephyr here as well. Steals the regen, but MSS, he's on a killing spree.
I mean, that is a level 3 Tiny still, I believe.
Yeah.
He's almost 4, but still, you know, he's not having the best game either. So some people are suffering on the side of Talon as well.
That's fair. Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, you know, like, in terms of net worth, it's like 1,600 difference between top and bottom. You still got a very farmed Night Stalker at this point. It's not the end of the world at all. Going to come down to much more to these fights probably later on and how that works out.
Yeah, to me, they're just waiting on Soniqs for the level 6 on Fada, and then just whenever Leslau feels comfortable, just like run at them with the ulti. I think that could just be now. I'd like to see maybe the stick come out, or maybe perhaps even the full wand.
Okay.
Just to go fight. Like, MSS now has the, I'm going to call him SVG at some point, by the way. I'm just saying. It's going to happen. But MSS, he's got the tome, so gets a couple more levels for this mobility in the early game. Probably thinking like, should I sidekick, you know? Is it worth taking a point in the Unleash? What are my dispel options here? It's not that great this game.
You always love it with the, if the Night Stalker's already coming into punch, why not? But yeah. We'll watch and see what they decide to do. It very much feels like chill out mode.
It seems bad.
Yeah?
For Soniqs.
Not liking that?
I don't like chilling out versus the Enigma and Medusa lineup. That seems like a bit of an issue here. Like, KP's going to have a Wraith Pact pretty soon.
That's an item. Well, they don't want to chill that much more either, as Fada has level 6, and Quinn forcing some movement in towards mid. The question is, can they actually pressure this tower? And, I mean, look at this. Talon's just got the whole map, it feels like, to farm out.
Yeah, there's some pretty solid traps just like right around them right now. Obviously not going to help you versus the smoke, but it's allowing Quinn to step up a little bit here, start pressuring this tower. And the longer that the kisses are just like sitting here ready to go, the more I'm just like, all right, come on.
I know.
Fight, let's go.
All these things feel like they should be going together. A DD on Quinn in the bottle. Now they do pop ulti. Makoto finding one. Y'all are in some trouble here. The coil is out. They also have KP nearby with the black hole if they need it, but they're not going to need it.
I feel like they're kind of just like, all right, you know, Yalwer's dead. That's kind of whatever. Ooh, Makoto trying to get punished here.
Moves forward. Do they need enough for the kisses? Fada walks on in, has enough for the finish. Hyde now turned upon. They need to be careful not to kill with the winner's curse, but Leslau's there to break it, and the slow, sleddy beatdown comes on out as Hyde is going to get disposed and finished.
Yeah, and Fada, a little bit scary to not just drop the kisses onto a puck in a situation like that, but obviously a Wyvern's right there with the curse, and so you don't want to end up accidentally wasting that, so nice and clean, easy kill, and again, I don't really think they mind losing Yalwer. They still cleaned up the mid-tier 1 tower. He's already back hitting some creeps.
Okay. And the Midas, good to go. I mean, that is the thing that feels a little bit strange about it, right? You talk about the need to go fast and to play aggressively with this lineup, and maybe some of that gets augmented because there is that Hand of Midas on the Razor. They will have this like really hard timing probably with the second item that comes out after that, or maybe the third item, but I don't know. We'll see if... I almost said T1. It's freaking all these Mr. Zephyr there. If Talon is going to be able to have what they need to go toe-to-toe with them at that point.
There's sort of different like levels, I think, that you could have played this draft from Soniqs, and they've missed out on level 1, which would have been just like, oh, we crushed the lanes, nice. You know, like we had some good rotation mid or something, and we killed Makoto, and then Quinn's like popping off. Or maybe like they got a couple kills right at level 2 with Yalwer, and that lane went even instead of getting sort of worked by the side of the Enigma. So step 2 was a little bit more passive, as you said.
Hide away for a moment, but Fada gonna get found. Leslau farming creeps next to the near-dead body of his teammate, and, well, they get the link up onto Zephyr, but the Wraith Pact already down. It's not going to be enough damage to kill him. So, Soniqs pop a couple ultis, not able to get any fight victory off of that, and you're getting closer to, like, a Blink Dagger on the Tiny.
Yeah, he just got level 6, you know? Like, just a second ago, now he's level 7, almost as a Blink Dagger. He's like, nice. Yeah. All right, I'm finding myself a game here.
Oh, you ready? The toss into Black Hole. Show yourself, Leslau, I dare you. I don't think it's going to happen. One of these days. The budget blink.
Well, that will pretty much be their best initiation until that Blink Dagger comes out here. Also considering a Blink Dagger on KP, too. Kind of interesting. Not the best ways to cancel Black Hole this game, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We got MSS maybe grabbing some people. Perhaps chucking them out there. Like it's a chrono. Which we're like pretty sure works.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. To be honest.
But the other thing is maybe you could just kill him. Like there's a lot of magic damage and kind of uncontrollable damage from Razor too. But we'll have to watch and see. But right now, I mean, you look at the net worth and there's this like trifecta of Talon heroes that are all starting to get into a couple of really important items. And we just saw the Tiny get his blink. So I would imagine Talon have a pretty good timing here with everything else coming together.
Yeah, to me, this is like a massive decider for the game as to who does the best in this 5 minutes. It's another nighttime right now for Leslau, so that should give them the edge, but he also just finished a shard too, so that's obviously pretty important for this in and out weaving that you want to do during a team fight. KP lurking in the trees nearby here. Gonna scout out. Oh,
ganking a Night Stalker at night. I have not seen the like. As the silence is there, Wraith Pack down, the big old ulti, the winner's curse afterwards, but it's pretty good damage coming out from Fada, but they do manage to break it, toss him back in. And now, with Marcy dead and only the Snapfire remaining alive here, this was not the timing that Soniqs wanted.
He barely survived there on KP2. Bit of a disaster there for Soniqs, and Quinning's just like, look, like, can I get in? Is there a spot here? Like, Cookie's in a couple seconds, maybe Cookie me on top of the Tiny, let's get one cleanup kill.
Yeah, that's one at least. That's what they needed. So a little bit of a bait coming out from Fada at the end, which allows them to get a turnaround kill, much needed. But again, the big story is this Medusa who's just been left completely alone to farm away. Manta done, getting towards Scotty.
Yeah, and that is the goal, right? Just creating that space and slowing down the snowball, because when you knock off someone like that Night Stalker, it just he takes away a lot of the momentum that they have, because it's hard for them to start fights, though. Night Stalker right now. No more kisses, so definitely lacking on the damage at the moment as well.
Well, can they take advantage of this moment now? I mean, the big problem is that even throughout all of that, we didn't see the Black Hole. Winner's Curse is going to be back up again. Coils pretty soon, and obviously it hasn't even been one round of Stone Gaze yet, so they can't walk into the pit. I mean, Soniqs looking for an objective, and they're just coming up with nothing. But we'll see.
The snowball moment has passed. We have entered the state of Talon looks like the more formidable lineup, in my opinion. I think that they have not garnered enough of a lead on Soniqs for this game to look very good for them. I think they're going to have to do some pretty heavy outplaying around the Roche pit. And not a great scenario right now for them.
Well, Talon, destiny in their hands. I mean, this is one of those things, too, in a matchup where you're playing against the other teams that are in the lower side of the bracket. If you want to not get eliminated in groups, you really need to 2-0 here, or at the very least win a game. So taking the first skin out of this for Talon would be absolutely huge. We'll see if they can actually make it happen or not. But a lot of vision in this area. You can see there's 2 wards up on the high ground. Soniqs also have one over by the Roche pit. And the smoke up, they're running through all this vision.
Yeah, they kind of know this is happening, though.
Zephyr?
They see the couriers flying over that ward, too. They see all the couriers going
Medusa.
right over. It's like a train.
They see Medusa right away. She just pops Stone Gaze and runs
Like,
away.
dude.
The couriers!
I can't stand that. Drives me insane. Literally, like they're like a conga line. They're like holding hands, going over this smoke. All your heroes are smoked, and the couriers are just like, "We're coming too."
Oh no, dude! If they go into this Roche and lose it like this, they got to be so careful. Now they do have some vision down for Soniqs, but with all the heroes in the area, he's got Enigma Black Hole ready to go. Watch out. And yeah, you can see Soniqs, they realize that they can't go in for that anymore, but Zephyr with the toss back, they find Fada looking for the chase down, is a kill there. Now Leslau,
this is so painful.
the trade, some good spillover damage disposed, looking for it for the turnaround. Oh, that's gonna be a big one. Winner's Curse onto 1, Marcy dead, also keeping control of Leslau. Quinn wanting to finish off that race back, he even denies it.
This is why Tiny and like Pudge, they just feel like such frustrating heroes to play against, because you get forced into a bad position. Because you feel like, oh, we're grouped up, so they went on snap, but it's only our snap, so we want to fight. So you pop ulti on Leslau, and then you're just like, oh man, this is really deep.
Yeah.
That was a long position that they moved that hero that we were kind of okay with losing. And so you chase down, your formation breaks, you get a good curse off defensively, and suddenly you've now used your Dark Ascension. You don't have that available for the next fight. It looks like Talon can now start approaching into that dire jungle, set up good vision, and prep for a Roche themselves if they'd like to.
Right. There are still some interesting things going on here in a little bit. They've got the BKB done for the Razor. And also kind of a unique little pickup here is going to be the drums on the Snapfire. I feel like with all these physical damage right-clickers, that's really neat.
Yeah, insanely good with Night Stalker too, obviously, because he gets that big, just like bonus flat damage. So when you give him the attack speed bonus, you're gonna be very happy about that. And they need these items to let them battle right now, because they have to battle their way back into this game, and currently they don't win fights. So
no.
They need to itemize to win these fights. Until they have Refresher on Razor, I'm not gonna give them much of a chance. But once that comes out, and if Yawar can get that good positioning, that could be the huge tool that maybe turns this back around for them.
Right. Yeah, if your Night Stalker is down, you know, a couple thousand gold, you need to be building these other items that make them stronger. And that's what it seems like Soniqs is trying to do right now. A rough situation to be in, and while we are seeing that this Medusa is, you know, continuing to get farmed, get the items that she wants, you still have this TA that's slightly ahead of her. Quinn having a very good game.
Yeah, he's been doing extremely well. He also went for this Blink Dagger instead of like the BKB or something, because wants to, like, if they can find a fight, he wants to be involved in them. And at the same time, it obviously does increase your farming at least a little bit, right? Keeps you a bit more survivable on the side of the map on this hero too. So he wants to farm in those slightly more dangerous spots.
Oh, can see that Dota plus 70% right now. I mean, again, it all comes down to how these fights start, what the vision looks like, and at least in that regard, we should see a slight edge into the favor of Soniqs. You've got this Night Stalker hero. So much of why they picked it is just for that advantage you can get in these later game fights. But the Scotty is done now for Dusa. We'll see what Talon want to do with it.
Yeah, but our boy Makoto here, this guy, he's got Force Staff, like, you know?
That's fair.
So you think I care about Night Stalker?
That's a good point.
Yeah, making myself unkillable.
That does also mean he doesn't have much damage, though.
It's okay. He's got 23 Savage for that, right?
That's true. Well, 21 minutes in. A very positionally based game. As you can see, Medusa has not really left her side of the map at all. Sticking down in that triangle, down bottom, a little bit in her own jungle, but 23 Savage has been away from the fights pretty consistently, but now starting to play as that front hero towards the other side of his team.
I like how he stands outside the Roche pit for a little bit. Just
yeah.
Make sure they know, you know. If there is a ward, I want them to be sure that we're in here.
There's a DG down bottom. Can make a lot of difference here. I kind of feel like if they had a ward on that, Talon would have head on over to pick it up.
Yeah, I'm thinking Quinn would love to get his hands on this right now. An empty bottle, get a smoke out with this, a blink dagger on that. This is huge. All right, they need this DD.
Yeah, I mean, that's everything for both teams.
Smoke. Oh, he's got his Orchid too. Okay, we got big tools. All right, for Soniqs.
Are they going to go check the rune first? I mean, this is one of those moments where if the fight doesn't go well, you're going to be regretting not seeing that DD later. But as for now, they see the illusions.
Well, maybe he gets cursed. You know, maybe.
That's true. All right, they spot it. Soniqs have a DD ready to go with the Orchid.
Okay.
You can get the jump here.
How do we find Wyvern, though? We got to find Hyde. All right, he's got a Ghost Scepter, too, okay?
Hyde can kill them all.
How does he die?
Less loud. They break it. MSS pulls one away. Makoto there with the silence. Orchid afterwards onto 2. DD is popped. Got to be careful about that Winner's Curse. But finding the backlines. Less loud right on top of Enigma, blowing him to pieces. They already are running in with the buyback. Tiny's going to be back in there. The Winner's Curse on the other side of the fight. Leslau gets isolated. The rest of the team couldn't keep up. Quinn looking for his moment, finds it,
blink.
takes him down, but he blinks away. And now Yawar, he gets brought down too. They're all going to die. Oh no, Soniqs not like this.
Man, he like got out from the Wraith Pact, and I was like, oh, there it is. He throws down the Orchid, but you know, it doesn't stop that blink.
Oh, KP blink away.
I mean, to be that low and to have not taken damage that long, that's pretty painful.
Jeez.
And yeah, and Makoto, how about the way they play that fight too? And you know, by the way, Winner's Curse, just keeping it to like the last necessary moment there from Hyde, right? He saw that the Night Stalker there from Leslie was just chasing Enigma the whole time, looking to protect KP. KP's getting low, but he doesn't panic. He just holds on because then he helps isolate Yawar, just make sure he can't get into the fight, get involved to help finish off. That's what allows the turnaround play from Makoto to take down damage. It's gonna be okay. Force staff or not, Puck still get the right clicks with Witchblade.
Oof, blink away there. Unreal. Yeah.
And it is a situation, too, where Soniqs know that they need to clean up the surrounding heroes. They can't really go on 23 Savage.
Wait a minute, back in the world of the living here. We do have Leslau. Eats a creep, stays alive. Will it be for long enough, though? Trying to get out of the Midnight Pulse, and it looks like he will manage to escape. But very close.
Backing on up there, but not a great reveal for the fight of the Blink Dagger, Night Stalker, and the Orchid here.
No.
Only a 2K lead, though. I mean, overall, I'll be honest, I would have expected the lead to be a little bit larger for Talon at this point. Part of that is because they're running around as 5 a lot right now. They feel like there's an opportunity for Soniqs maybe to come out here and try and take a fight versus 23 Savage or someone, so they're just sort of like grouped up, and you have Soniqs, who's just spread out a little bit more. Yawar was farming down through that bottom half of the map for a bit, so he's actually managed to jump up over some of these other Radiant heroes. Pretty impressed with the gold management right now, and like just like the overall economy from Soniqs, because in my eyes, Talon are just like, they feel so good this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of that could also be the Midas a little bit, but it doesn't feel like that gold keeping it equal is necessarily changing the state of this game. I'm still very, very concerned for Soniqs going forward, and for Talon, I mean, just play it safe. Another DD is going to spawn up there on the top side, and they have BKB Enigma on top of the Wraith Pact now.
Yeah, that's so painful too, because they're going to have that refresher for Yawar, and you're just going to be like, oh, when I finally get refreshed, I'm going to get Black Hold, huh? And what are we going to do about that? You know, maybe MSS can get the save.
A lot of pressure down bottom. Enigma going to make the movement over. KP, they spot him there, and that is the signal for Soniqs to get the heck out. As the tower, tier 2, will drop up on the top side of the map. And Talon trying to play very clean Dota from this point forward. No risks.
Well, we've praised some of these concepts around the heavy physical right click from Soniqs, and like all the synergy they have.
Oh my god. Dude, that is a Night Stalker.
He's gonna die to Witchblade, yeah.
Makoto! What a monster! Oh, Enigma. Black Hole's one. Why not? Where's the save? There is nothing doing there. They find both cores. They now chase down MSS. He's in trouble also. And Soniqs cannot stand up to the pressure of all these big ultis.
No, trying to find some sort of a play on the side lanes, not able to get it, and well, you could say maybe they bought a little bit of time here for that refresher to now be done.
That's true.
That's at least one more tool they have, but...
The bodies of their teammates.
Yeah, well, he's somebody's going to extract a little bit of gold, you know, sell some cadavers.
That's fair.
Someone's going to teach those medical students.
That's where we're going. I like that. Man, okay. 27 minutes. I mean, I'm struggling to figure out. I mean, I guess they just need to find that like really good fight with the Razor refresher orb and the double BKB, but there's so much BKB piercing disabled too.
Yes, there's a big stack of issues that need to go wrong. We need to bait out a bad Stone Gaze if you're playing on the side of Soniqs right now. So we need a bad Stone Gaze. And then after that, you got to continue the chase down. You got heroes for that. You got Rebound, you got Razor, you got Night Stalker, even Snap. They're pretty good chasers. That part's good.
Okay.
But then after that, you got to deal with a potential Curse and Black Hole and Coil. Huge position punishing abilities. So when you're in the chase and you're all running through those little cracks trying to get through and figure out where they went, that's when you get got by that. So and then you're looking at like some bursts. We're going to see Makoto, who is a Force Staff and a Yules and an Arcane.
Can it work though? Do they have enough to burst? Yule's Scepter lift up. The silence is still there afterwards, and they do manage to get that kill. Sonic suddenly maybe having an opportunity here. Can they find any more? The rest of Talon trying to run away. I mean, they have vision here. The jump in Zephyr trying to interrupt. They do still have that BKB war. Pops for pressure afterwards, taking a ton of damage. Leslau in the midst of all of them. The Stone Gaze run away, but Leslau in trouble. Getting ran down, but able to get the armlet toggle off. So they do buy enough space to not die, and they took down the Wyvern.
They're doing the things, the bad Stone Gaze.
This is what they need. Can they find more?
It's happening.
Zephyr trying to get out of there, but no. They able to connect and take down this Tiny. As eventually he dies. The Ghost Scepter will keep him alive a little bit longer, but a huge fight win for Soniqs. They're not giving up.
Well, that is exactly what they needed. That could not have gone much better.
The Aegis expiring and Black Hole back up in 25. They knew the timing of that. Can Talon keep the pressure off of them? Truly
an outplay scenario being needed here. And one thing I was going to point out before is like we talked a lot about how they have all these ideas with the physical damage that they have, but they've gone for double Ghost Scepters on the Tiny and the Winter Wyvern, but they actually did get punished there. And that's why the damage was so heavy that fight from Snap. Fada doing about 2,000 damage, just as much as Leslau as in that engagement. They were the two highest damage dealers.
Wow.
Being able to catch them inside. You actually only had 77 damage from Quinn according to this, but
jeez.
I think that's just a fun kill.
Okay, gotcha.
Seems a little low.
Smoke up, ready to fight. And the big difference this time is that they're going to, on Talon, have Black Hole ready. They're going to have Winter's Curse ready. And for Soniqs, they need to find another way to bait out good fights. But to be honest, I mean, 40 seconds till Dark Ascension and it's daytime. They can't do anything here.
That was pretty scary, though. The smoke just pops on the other side of the tree line there.
Yeah.
I'll see how brave Quinn's feeling.
Yeah, he did take that bottom tier 2 tower.
Yeah, he's sitting here for a little bit, you know.
What can he do?
Oh, toss back Zephyr maybe. Anyone coming home? Oh.
When
TP's coming in.
Refraction, he has Blink. No, he doesn't have Blink anymore. Orchid, BKB. Yeah, that's not going to work against KB. It was a valiant effort. Wait, Refraction? Refraction turn, Blink. Does he have it? MSS, no, can't get there for the help in time. Now goes back in. Suddenly, we're there on top of him. Hyde turns though, and as the BKB comes out, the Winter's Curse stops it. And just like that.
MSS.
Oh, Yawar, what are you doing? No! Oh, no! He is going to get caught. They wanted to help Quinn, but it is not going to happen. MSS TP's out now as well. They try and run away. Fada slowing things down, but now 23 Savage comes out. So Fada's going to die. But they do manage to get out with the Razor.
I have no idea how Yawar got out of there. I don't know how MSS got out. He got found on the tree line by the puck. I thought he was done for.
Now, the plus side, that was a fight taken on Talon's side of the map, and there's no Black Hole now.
True. I guess we can take that, but that seems like it's a little bit of a downside.
You're not wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, they did lose the TA and the snap, but we'll see how it goes. Daedalus
that's a big one. Some big damage, and that Swift Blink after. Oh, that item is so nasty on Medusa. With the Stone Gaze bonus movement speed and adding that on top of the Swift Blink, like talking about chase down potential they have on Soniqs, you're going to see that on the Medusa too.
Yeah.
And 20 seconds until Roche may respawn. Lyrical, give me your number.
How long are we going? Let's say
number.
45 seconds.
Dude, wait, what the hell? I was going to say 42.
Ah,
we're so close.
Well, either great minds or really bad minds think
All right,
alike. We'll
all
find out in a second here how close we are.
It's coming.
It looks like Makoto takes the DD, actually. And timer says... Ooh, 20.
Lame.
We were half as good.
Very fast Roche here. And, well, it could be good timing here.
Yeah, no black
Soniqs.
hole.
Yeah, if they find their way in here, maybe get an engagement, but they're going to scan. They see there's no one inside that dire jungle.
This could be it. We'll see how it goes, as it's only smoking up with 4, and you can see Talon, like they recognize the danger. They are going to go back onto their triangle, just try and hold this area.
Yeah, hold Zephyr, hold door.
Can they do it? Yeah, this is...
yeah, we need vision here. Yeah, I was just thinking that. They need a ward up there bad.
Wait,
all right, so Zephyr just goes.
For it. Zephyr is the ward, but can't see inside the pit. Gonna send the illusions in. Quinn is taking it down. This is incredibly bold. And smoke up again, but...
Black hole in 10.
Quinn did not get caught in that one. Do they know the timing? With BKB ready, this could be really dangerous.
He has buyback, but I don't know if you want to use it. It looks like this is what there's a long wraparound.
Wraparound. Dark Ascension ready. Who can they find?
Oh,
they're all
it's a
grouped
fresh
together.
BKB.
Leslau runs in, smoke into all of them, the silence onto everybody. For the black hole, it's only onto 1. Is that good enough? I'm not sure. They start the fight off. Yawar already down to nothing. He gets demolished. 1 by 1, they start to fall. It didn't matter about the black hole because 23 Savage is just too massive. Oh, he didn't stand a chance. That Daedalus tore him apart.
Yeah, you get in there, and it's like you're controlling all of these supporting units, but that was the early game. That's how you had to play there. He's here now. You know, 23 Savage has arrived. He has these huge items, and that's why just in that last fight, even though it wasn't successful when they all ran towards 23 Savage, you see why.
Yeah.
You know? He does not care about this Night Stalker. He's just going to stand there and swing.
That was so much damage. And, you know, you had just finished that plate mill on the Razor. He probably felt like, okay, I can actually sort of stand against this and deal with the pressure, but the AC not done at that point, and Deuce is just hitting too hard.
Yeah, he got Stone Gaze too, so he was just getting absolutely diced up there with the bonus physical damage.
Well, 12K gold lead, and what was feeling like maybe on the edge of victory, Soniqs now have a massive hill to climb, and, well, it's actually Talon that are going high ground. 23 Savage beating away at that tier 3 tower, and they also finish the refresher.
So let's put a big old stamp on this game here, KP.
He's feeling ready.
A little bit of style points, perhaps. A surprise black hole.
As the melee racks are going to go down, Leslau needing to get some more gold for himself, it looks like. Possibly the items. He heads level 20 off of that, so 20 extra strength. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to hold off here.
And they just plant 23 Savage ahead, sitting on that high ground. Not a lot you can do. They don't have a Tiny. They don't have a Pudge. They don't have a Lasso.
They got an MSS.
Oh, look at that.
Disposed. The toss back not as good as they wanted. Leslau, BKB, winner's curse. Oh no! The TA is ripping apart Yawar again. Black hole solo onto Leslau yet again. That's the refreshed one. And as they keep chasing down 1 by 1, Makoto might have gone a bit too far, but the rest of this team is with them as well. Toss back onto Hyde. Quinn is gonna die, and GG is called. Talon able to pick up a victory.
Yeah, very good game from them. And of course, some fears, right? Like we understand the concept behind the draft here from Soniqs, but not able to string it together quite fast enough for that that slicker victory that you might expect, and unable to even get some sort of like a secondary motion going in the mid game after that Midas onto Yawar after a really bad laning stage.
Yeah, and to me at least, it felt like the Enigma pick was really what sort of set all of that in motion, because we think about the way that they wanted to be able to catch back up. You said buy the experience that they needed, and then...
Terrorblade's already gone. Okay.
But you know what that means?
It was 6 months ago. It was 6 months ago, and they've only played it 3 times in the last year.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it's Nyx.
I mean, I guess.
We're familiar. We're not playing Nyx Assassin.
I feel like this is something that Soniqs has picked up, and they're trying a couple of things that other teams are doing. I want to see if it pays off, but for now, we're getting ready to hop into this game number 2, and they definitely need a win here. And on the other side, Talon can maybe stave off a potential elimination in group stage. If they can manage to 2-0 here, this would be a huge win for them.
Well, surely the other strategies can't do any worse than our own.
Okay.
The Soniqs.
Damn.
So let's try the Nyx Assassin.
I am tentatively optimistic that this is going to be awesome.
That's my favorite of the optimistics.
Tentative. And it's a a nice little tangent. Other words that start with the letter T. Talkative.
I thought you were about to start a list.
I just did. Talkative.
It's a very short list.
Tantalizing.
A list nonetheless.
That's what you are. You're tantalized by the potential
No
of
T
some
heroes,
tall
though.
tales that could be told.
You know who's the best
Today.
hero? It's Tiny, and he's here. For
That's
Zephyr.
right.
So,
Or Tinker.
well,
It's actually the worst thing. Why did I say that?
I really wanted to gamble on the fact that
Zephyr.
there might be a Tinker, but we didn't get one.
They gonna run through here. There's a ward in the area. Were you thinking Tinker and support role?
No, just in general, in the entire major, So it could be support, offlane, I don't know. The hero seems pretty trash.
That's true.
We haven't seen the entire DPC, I don't think.
I think I was talking to Cap about it. He was saying that he liked the idea of Tinker and support role or something.
Surely it's got to be something with that old shield.
Oh,
Feels like
yeah.
his best spell at
Defense
this point.
matrix.
It's gonna warp flare and defense matrix.
Get away from me.
Everyone in the chat's like, "What's a warp flare?" It's like, exactly. That's how long Tinker's been gone. You don't
Nobody
even
picks
know.
this thing. But regardless, game number 1 underway. Makoto again on his puck. Had some heavy lifting to do in game number 1, and he definitely did it. Starting from a really good early laning stage, and this time Quinn playing on a hero he is very comfortable with on his Leshrac.
Yeah, and he should have a much more free game on Makoto this time, right? Because the general idea in terms of the itemization, right? He's not playing versus the Night Stalker, he's playing with that Night Stalker. So
True.
doesn't have to buy himself a Force Staff, really there. The Nyx Assassin Puck is an interesting relationship we sort of covered in one of our earlier series, but there's several Puck players and pros that aren't really concerned about seeing the Nyx right now. They say you can just play around it by using the phase shift when he's going to Carapace.
Battle! 23 Savage, he gets the kill. MSS is going to play cleanup, but
you know what that means?
some flesh heap.
Infinite scaling.
It is, and it really is infinite scaling in some of these games.
If we go long enough, the number just keeps on going. We'll see if we can break the UI, but for now, you'll take that trade, especially when you're getting the kill first.
There's a lot of people that were talking about the potential strength
People
of
have
Talon.
been saying, lots of
They
people have been saying. Yeah.
And you look at some of the way that, they've been playing here, this laning stage, they just look really clean. So I'm curious to see if they can keep up this momentum, maybe shake off a bad day 1. Who knows, maybe this is going to be the ascendancy of Talon.
Well, I hope for Yawer's sake that he can shake off that game 1, because that lane was a disaster. He's now rocking the Wraith King instead of the Razor, and I mean, you think Razor, typically a pretty good lane dominator, could not get past the KP Enigma and the Zephyr Tiny. Now it's the KP Night Stalker, slightly weaker in terms of like the power that you have right at the beginning,
right?
Eidolons in comparison. So at least we'll have a much better start.
Right, and I think that there is something to be said for how much like lane shenanigans and just sort of like outmaneuvering was going on. It felt like they were pulling the wave back, they were putting it behind the tower, making sure that Razor Yawer was playing didn't get what he needed. And this time Leslau playing it, they put him on a Wraith King, which again, people said good Wraith King game. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the benefits of the Wraith King game to me is just like, you talk about this idea of positioning with like tosses and hooks. It's easier to recover from that with the Wraith King. Like if he's one of the cores that gets pulled in, for example, with the Reincarnation, you at least have some time to set up, and then you've got some pretty good heroes around that as well this time.
Okay.
With Winter Wyvern. Unfortunately, there's now 2 of them. It's not just the toss, right? It's going to be the toss and the hook, and so you might get pulled in these really bad engagements again, which is one of the reasons why Soniqs weren't able to find the comeback in the previous match.
Getting pulled away and not where they want to be. It's going to be tough. I also saw right there, Leslau got the link out onto the Pudge, but Hyde doing a good job of interrupting it and finding a quick little enchant to make sure they can't run down the Pudge any further. God, Yawer's taking so much damage here. Zephyr just taking this early point in the tree grab and pummeling away at him. Not always what we see out of these support Tinies, but kind of cool.
Yeah, I really like it when they go for the earlier points. They see a lane, they kind of abuse it. And like Wyvern, really long cooldowns, right? That's one of the downsides to the Arctic Burn. Sure, it's 2 strength heroes, so that's kind of nice. You get some decent % base damage because they have high HP pools, but you can only do it so often, and people have their own individual couriers these days, so you can just keep ferrying out that regen.
Well, at least for now, you can see that for Soniqs, both the Wraith King and the Razor a little bit behind in terms of the CS across each of these lanes, and Enchantress able to pick up a couple here and there as well. Fada does get about a half pull off, maybe a little bit more than that. But already the Ench going to start the clap. Does a little bit of a miss there on the Razor. No big deal.
Meanwhile, the main hero is over at the runes, right? Just helping ensure the water rune gets there from Makoto.
Yeah.
So some more pressure onto Quinn at the moment. And just run on back down here. So how will this game shape up? Last time we had some decent support ultis we were waiting for. Oh, a little bit of a...
Oh my god, the clap.
Look at that clap.
MSS is dead. Oh, maybe not, maybe not.
You're
Good
like the
stun.
best at saving players. I don't know how you do it. That's like the 5th time today. They look so dead, and you just had to say something, and they survived. You know what? It's always Nyx, too.
Yeah, that's right.
They just keep hitting these impales.
I forgot how good this spell could be.
Top lane, KP. Takes a beating. Well, we'll survive, but oof.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of damage there. Zephyr does have level 3. Could maybe go for a toss back if you wanted to. But just going to keep standing toe-to-toe against Fada. Make sure that there is no camp spawn. Toss back. There it is. Fada in some trouble. The Void will come out, and the Wyvern going to drop.
Yep, so close to the Arctic Burn. Just comes back after he is dead. So no chance to try and play around the cliffs there. Still would have been a hard time to escape, I'm sure. As on the other side of the map here, we see a little bit of lurking around from MSS. Is all he can do is watch. This Hyde will grab another tomato and send it into the lane.
So early goings. You get your level 6s on both the Lesh and the Puck. Gonna watch for any dives that come out, or maybe some early rotations if they happen to find a nice rune. 6-minute mark coming up right now, and it does look like already Talon bringing over 3 heroes to try and secure this. And there isn't really any punish anywhere else.
Well, they are trying to wrap around right now onto Quinn, right? They want that punish with the Carapace.
Spike Carapace. The Hellbear clap comes out. Makoto, Haster and down bottom. That is nice for the Puck.
Oh,
they're going in. Toss back. Finds him with the coil, but they don't break it. Not quite on the mark. Will it matter, though? Can they keep him alive? It does look like Clinwish survives through that. Impale just coming up a little bit short. In the meantime, 23 Savage finds the kill onto Leslau. Down bottom.
That was a straight up just walk him down kill. There no rod, or sorry, only rod. There was absolutely no hook involved. You just got rod for 560 damage and walked to death.
It's the phase boots.
Yep.
Pretty strong. Well, 3-1, but already signs of things going well for Talon. And
oh my god, he's level 4.
Yeah, the Razor's level, that is not good. God, Pudge is so insane. If anybody's wondering why this hero has been so highly prioritized, this is it. Fada turned around upon yet again. Zephyr there with Yuar nearby. And KP, he's just going to run away afterwards. Does not want to take on that Wraith King.
Now they're trying to find some recovery in this bottom lane. Oh no.
The hook comes out, Spike Carapace, but I think 23 Savage is going to be able to run him down. And Hyde trying to get over by his buddy.
Oh, he's out of mana.
Oh, good mana burn.
Yeah, he can't ult him. Laszlo could have been in for something there with the help of the Seed Sot. Seed Shot. Not Seed Sot or Seed Snot. Seed Spot.
It's a sower.
Sorry, I read a lot of children's books, you know. Like
it's the parable of the sower. You heard that before? It's a good book.
No, I know The Princess and the Pea. Is that close?
No, it's not at all.
Oh, nuts.
All right, so taking a look now again at the levels disparity. That's really the big thing that I'm seeing standing out here. You only really have the Lesh that's gained decent levels. Wraith King and Razor both sub-level 6, and they're going to try and make a rotation around Quinn. He's going to be the one that needs to set the tempo, that needs to open up the map for his team, and he's just not finding a target right now.
Pretty good, though. Oh, they were so close. They were kind of hunting into where Hyde was going, but then they started chasing Fada, and now Fada's just getting wrapped on.
Yeah, Fada's mega dead. They bring him down, and looking for a kill bottom onto 23 Savage. I don't think it's happening.
Look who you are. Like, you're running into the Pudge lane. This is not what you wanted. You know, you're hoping to just catch this Ench in the middle, and Quinn's like, ah, this is bad. I gotta leave. I can't lose my tower first as the Lesh rack, all right? I'm supposed to be waiting for the Puck to move, and then I take his tower, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. I want to make sure that I'm removing that from Makoto's side of the map.
But it's like what we were sort of talking about, right? They feel like he has to do something here, Zephyr. The little sidestep. Avalanche trying to get a little bit of separation, but they will finally connect onto that Tiny.
Yeah,
Much needed.
It's a scary place to run through. It's like Ench or Tiny, like these lower levels, because Leshrac Riley, he's just so much early damage. So if he gets any semblance of control, you are just going to die. So that's why they're smoking in there. But there's some control.
Fada thought that there was an award in the area, but if they can get this 23 Savage kill, this would be very nice. Do manage to connect onto him.
Easy baits.
They needed that. Oh, Makoto. Wait a minute, though. That's a leash onto 2. Are they strong enough to go up against all of them?
Quinn.
Avalanche comes out. Quinn making the move. Has the Lightning Storm and actually gets away the toss to the side. That was awesome.
Okay. A little save there. Still a great trade, obviously, for Soniqs. Especially because Yawar is just getting that space now, this game. It's still pretty low compared to the other cores, both him and KP, like in recovery mode up here. They kind of have a little handshake agreement. Like, I'll hit these creeps, you hit those creeps.
That's right.
Let's both just be relevant this game, please. Thank you very much.
Leave me alone. I just want to be a Night Stalker. And Yawar almost has boots. Stun.
Woo.
Find follow-up. Zephyr, but the toss back on to Pudge. Can it? They bring down 23 Savage after the fact. Quinn is out of mana.
Yeah, he's got nothing there. He needs a little bit of a juice up here. I mean, that fairy string obviously going to be so nice for this game, but got to get back home, get the mana, make use of it.
God, he's so slow on freaking Wraith King. 315. No
hobbling.
boots. They're coming out.
Needs to use that sword like a big old pole vault, you know?
Yeah.
Monkey
Or like
action.
crutches.
That was last game. All right, he's out of the crutches now. Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Makoto hanging on to an arcane rune. And ready to battle if the option presents itself. But at least for the moment, you're getting a couple of other of these survivability items. 23 Savage getting towards the hood. How is it done? And in the meantime, they do connect on a kill for Ench.
She dies so fast. She just gets impaled and everyone just blasting her with the nukes. And a scary rotation coming through, though. That arcane rune is still active right now on Makoto. Has the coil. They're going to TP down the Night Stalker. Where's the Pudge, though?
Quinn in trouble. Coil onto both. MSS not there to help. And can they keep him alive? No. They find the hook back onto Leslau. And it just goes so bad so quick.
If you ever wonder why Puck is so good,
Yeah.
you just saw it. Like, the ability, like, you can't pressure objectives without the threat of being coiled, and there's just so much time for everyone to get in there. They did a double TP in there, and it was like it just didn't even matter, right?
Oh.
Like, that delay, it has no factor versus stream coil.
Makoto. Very, very clean stuff. They have sentries down already.
I'm still surprised MSS didn't go for that. Oh, MSS. Hunting.
Makoto.
He won. Oh, we got him.
Damn!
Oh, that was sick. He knew he needed the value orb for the farming.
That was so good. All right, that's the type of play that they really need. Soniqs, if they want to have some success, they need to find a couple of those.
But there's a Pudge.
That is true.
You know, I see 23 Savage hitting jungle creeps, and I wonder, is he just going to walk over here and hook?
Dude, you're not wrong. If he comes over anywhere near them, he's getting towards a BKB next.
Yeah, not going for the Aghanims, right? Kind of interesting. Certainly something that we saw both Jabs in the offlane because he had such a solid start. He went right into that Aghanim Scepter. I think even before phase boots, he rushed it. And then, goes back for the hood after. We had, I think when Anna played it, he went for the hood Vanguard first, then he got the Ags, right? But this time, lots of magic damage, so it's a great hood game.
And he finds another one there. Leslau trying to farm up, but gets punished, and 23 Savage has him for the rundown.
I mean, if you're solo killing without Ags,
Yeah.
right, you might as well go BKB.
Why not? I mean, that's equally as good as the kill MSS just got on the Puck. I mean, those types of kills just are brutal for this Razor. So we do have a pause now, but so far, looking pretty good from Talon, I'd say. Again, these things always get a little bit strange. Pudge in the late game, he's a weird type of hero, and you just think about the big crits that come out from Wraith King. If you can get to that stage, having a Razor, it seems like that's going to be strong, but I feel like this momentum that Talon are bringing into this game might be able to carry him through it.
And I think that is why he wants to go for the Aghanims first. I like that idea. Instead of going for the BKB, he's kind of shifted it up there. You saw him thinking about it. Now he's taking out the BKB. I think just like the raw damage, if he has the hood already, you are protected from the magic. You've done that investment. Get some more damage first. Increase your farm potential too, right? Like we've seen how fast that can go. Increase. New word. Very exciting.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll see if they can make it happen. And you can continue to see that MSS is stalking around the areas where Puck is at. But obviously a little bit tougher to find those kills, and already those sentries are down, scouting his movements. So they know that MSS is coming over here. We'll see if they try and catch him out.
Yeah, those ob sentry combos can be pretty worrisome. I mean, you know, check with the Knicks and just say like, okay, let's see, Tiny, he's got no sentries. All right, I'm good. You know,
Sonic knocking on the door, no glyph. That was quick. Meanwhile, Talon gonna try and take one of their own. KP makes the rotation over to defend the tier 2. And 23 Savage also trying to collapse with the rest of the team. But it's just a trade-off. Nothing else gained.
I mean, KP's pretty close to the BKB, so might just want to farm a little bit, right? Try and get that first. And Zephyr also, they're in a little bit of a lull, I would say, right? For Talon, they're waiting for the Blink Dagger, they're waiting for the Aghanims, they're waiting for the BKB. It's also daytime, so perhaps they just don't want to rush anything quite yet. Maybe wait at least until nighttime so he can be playing more aggressive with the help of 100 Knight and then pop some Dark Ascensions.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kind of like that as a strategy.
That sounds solid.
Again, though, another Vendetta investigation here from MSS.
And more sentries down. Nothing really to see by it, but to be honest, Talon's all on the other side of the map anyway, so does not really appear to matter all that much. I want to see if Talon try and take that mid tower themselves, or if they come back to defend the tower, because otherwise they're just kind of giving up objectives around the map, which I guess can make sense until you get that BKB on Night Stalker, but we'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah, it's a pretty significant jump in these next couple of items for Talon, so I get not wanting to engage right now.
Yeah.
It's also like fairly low value, but the tower gold is really going to help out for Yalwar to get his Blink Dagger. You know, we're talking about these big items coming out for Talon. It's also significant changes going to be happening here for the side of Soniqs. So BKB on the way, Blink Dagger for Yalwar.
Ava, toss, Zephyr, cutting through the wave. Some good damage onto the tier 1. Nobody rotating for this, and they just get it for free. So Soniqs not in position to defend this.
And like, there's a chance, obviously, that Talon's just waiting behind this hero. And they're hoping you're going to defend, they jump you, but instead, you know, it was just Edge, and everyone else is out there farming. Like, you love those plays. The efficiency that you're getting there is Talon. Very nice. And, man, Zephyr, I just looked. He had 1,500 gold. Now he's down bottom, getting the waves to himself, throwing out some avalanches, hitting with the trees. He's got Blink Gold all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Huge.
I mean, there's a couple of big things that are coming together
it's
here.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
It is go time. I think you don't wait for the Pudge eggs. I think you just smoke now. That's what I would say. Try and use the Night Stalker ulti once so you get a second one.
They did just get the Eternal Shroud for Quinn, so he'll pop that to try and stay extra survivable. They are, like you said, relatively close to a couple of other big items. The Wraith King, Yalwar had the Blink queued up, but instead is going back for the Deso. So Armlet Deso means if they win a fight, this is going to be Roche super quickly. But MSS finds the stun. Vendetta there. Quinn afterwards. Hide nearby, but they are doing nothing to him. They just do no damage to Savage at all. That's before freaking Aghanims. Yeah,
and that Aghanims, it is it's heal reduction, health regeneration reduction, lifesteal reduction, and spell lifesteal reduction, which is why it's so ridiculous in this particular game. It's going to take down all of that right now. Pretty crazy.
Well, 17 minutes. Next round of neutrals coming out. And I mean, I just, like, after that one round of initiation onto Pudge, it felt like that was a heat check for me from Sonic to see, like, can we do anything to him? And the answer was emphatically no.
Yeah, resoundingly even.
They cannot do anything.
Back off.
So I'm kind of wondering, they either need to avoid him constantly or wait until Wraith King can join the fight and actually be relevant.
Well, here's what's kind of funny, though. Is you see this observer board next to the Roche pit from Talon?
Yeah.
This is a we can't do Roche board.
Right.
Because they have a tricore of Puck, Night Stalker, and Pudge.
It's true.
It's not great. I mean, you could force it with like the help of Edge and the Night Stalker's there. Maybe if he ults or something, and you can get through it. But compared to the side of Soniqs, who have this Razor and this Wraith King, it's a little bit more simple on there.
We're coming back, everybody. You're not missing anything. There we go. Quinn, MSS wrapped around each other. Smoke connects. Meanwhile, the turn onto him right at the start. Quinn in some trouble. The aggro Fada making the rotation over. 23 Savage gets turned upon. The Wraith King is right on top of him. And I don't know if it's going to be enough. 23 Savage trying to take down Quinn. The punches from Yalwar. It's enough to kill him. Now Winner's Curse follow-up right on top. Meanwhile, Fada dropped down lower and lower. Makoto is going to be able to clean up Fada, but they take down Zephyr in turn, so 3 for 3 so far. But with Wraith King and Leslau being the ones to survive, it feels pretty good for Quincy crew.
Yeah, and y'all had a really tough call. Thank you for contributing to the Dota 2 esports system, Soniqs. We love you.
Oh, no.
Y'all were made a tough call, right? You had to choose between that Blink area queued up for a long time or this Deso. And he chooses the Deso, and it was absolutely massive right there. They needed it to cut through this Pudge, or he's just going to be a menace through that entire engagement. Like, if he had the Blink, he could have went further in the back line and maybe stopped one of these supports, but he's the one who's to take care of this Pudge right now, especially when he's right on top of Quinn. And it helped him last so much longer in that engagement and put out the second most amount of damage after Yawar himself. So certainly a way to help us help each other, and in the end, they get the better of that engagement in the overall gold and XP by a pretty significant margin, about 500 more XP and 500 more gold.
Man, that is exactly what they needed from him in that moment. And you know, the big thing to watch for here is you win a couple of fights like that. I mean, 23 Savage has the Aghanims. I don't think he had it right going into that last fight.
I don't believe so. But, I'm not sure.
But there is still a lot of room to grow for the Pudge, but being able to cut him off right there at the knees is really important, because that level 15 spell lifesteal talent, for instance, that's going to be another one that's really scary. Makoto, they find him. No, the phase shift.
Yeah, and there you go. Oh, but
wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Radiant
Wait a minute.
Scanning.
Sir? Wait, he doesn't have friends. No friends. MSS all alone.
He's like TP.
Somebody come over here, please. That was really good, though, from Makoto.
Yeah, very, very crafty, just in case. Oh, there's actually a sentry down on the ground there, huh? Ooh, spooky.
Well, they're congregating in the mid lane.
This is quite the smoke here, you know?
Invisaron. Hyde picks that one up, and they immediately drop a sentry.
Yeah, it's like, maybe we'll get a freebie, right? Might as well try. Quinn feeling very confident. Oh my god, he's totally alone right now. That was horrifying.
He's a monster.
The way he just walked there, that dude, if someone in my game died like that, I'd be so mad. Why? Why would you walk there, right? You know what I mean? Like, everyone would be shrieking at that player. And he just casually walked towards a small
He's not
camp.
afraid.
No. He's flexing pretty hard right now.
Trying to get towards that Sanj, finishing it off with the Kaya. And they do have the spell lifesteal talent. This could be one of those that really turns things around here.
Do they have any way to, like, force staff on the die or not? I mean, I don't really see how they can build into it. I feel like they need Blink on Fada, right?
Right.
They're going to try and go Blink on MSS. And like, how do you actually separate Quinn?
Makoto? Oh, they're baiting it perfectly. Spike Carapace finally comes out. Trying to get away. Yawar jumps in, but the Impaled, he gets force staffed away. Really nicely played. Now the combo onto both. Quinn right on top of him, but the hook out catches onto the Razor. 23 Savage doing a great job. Oh, Makoto finds the leash onto 2. Well, Zephyr, Abba toss onto 3. They finally bring down Fada, but Zephyr also going to fall. Big Boy has shown up, though, and 23 Savage looking for the hook. Good dodge by Leslau, and maybe they can finally bring him down. 4-step forward, trying to get the finish.
Oh, nice.
Can they bring him? Yes. KP gets one big swipe from Yawar, who's toggling through it all. But so too is, well, Makoto trying to clean up Leslau. Will they be able to get him? Another couple punches is all he needs. Miss uphill, doesn't even need it. Survives through. The Witchblade prop came too late.
Yawar couldn't finish the toggles.
But there's the stun. He needs one more hit. One more hit. Oh, they got him.
Damage, yeah.
Always one more hit.
All right, so the foolproof initiation plan of sack MSS comes into play once again here with the Carapace. And if that's the best you got, well, you're just going to have to take it.
I mean, again, for Soniqs, this is absolutely everything. You lose this game here, you drop down 0-2 against the teams that you're trying to outcompete to not get eliminated in the group stages, and it all comes down to these next couple of minutes here. If they can manage to get Roche, it changes everything. And likewise for Talon, they might be able to pull themselves out of the hole if they can finally deny a couple of these big objectives.
Yep. And I feel like similar to last game where Talon were able to sort of pull themselves over the hump with their Medusa, it's a very similar thing for Soniqs in this game, where they just need to get a little bit more on the items, and their scaling should be significantly better than Talon. Of course, there's always going to be the issue of displacement when you're getting these hooks and you're getting these big tosses that can really nullify a net worth advantage in itemization. But, you know, Quinn's getting much stronger this game. Oh, there it is, though.
He goes back in.
Friends?
MSS wanting to help. Where is he? The Spike Carapace there. The turnaround comes out in time. They've got him isolated. Everybody join around the Pudge. We're coming to take down the fat man as Hyde will try and escape. Fata able to survive through the initiation from Makoto. And just like that, Talon lose another fight. MSS there with the Spike Carapace waiting. Stun, perfectly timed. MSS always clean, but can they bring him down in the end? He's actually getting out of there. Makoto, this hero is not fair. Puck is still so insane. But a huge win there for Soniqs.
Yeah, and this Carapace versus the Pudge, just so much of a nuisance, right? For obvious reasons. You know, he wanted this damage. You understand this is probably partially why he wanted BKB first.
Right.
Thinking like, how am I ever going to get off anything if this Nyx Assassin's just here and there's other stuns in this game? So it gets a bit rough there for them. But now they're into the Roche Pit, and again, this is something that they just finally need that win, and they're into the pit.
And I remember so many of the interviews with this team that Soniqs have, these ideas that they had of, all right, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's the perfect fight. It doesn't matter if it's the best initiation. We know we're strong, so we're just going to take it. And that was that Quinn moment there. He depended upon his team to come in and help him, and he just ran into everybody. And MSS was there. But regardless, Talon now going to have to push out these side lanes. They're going to need to take that perfect fight, and it might need to be around their own high ground.
Yeah, and now they've lost a ton of the strength of this displacement of the hooks and the tosses because there is a Blink Dagger on the Wyvern, a Blink Dagger on the Nyx Assassin. So that's just another hurdle that they've now accomplished themselves right over on Soniqs, and should be feeling like the stronger team in this game. Despite being just a small net worth advantage, I say that like tactically, they definitely have the edge here.
Right.
And
now,
if you want to break this as Talon, you need the big picks.
Need the big picks and need that BKB for the Pudge.
Yeah.
If he can get to that, we've seen a lot of the time it's been like, you know, the Wraith King staying on top of Pudge, but a good chunk of damage has come from Quinn as well.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Unfortunately for them, though, Leslau also closing in on the best item on this hero, and that is the Refresher. You know, you build right up into that. BKB Refresher, pretty good.
Razor, after the tier 2 tower goes down, Soniqs will take this outpost and try and claim the Radiant jungle.
I love this Basher, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great choice. Knowing that the BKBs are going to be coming out for the Pudge and the Night Stalker, right, at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really important.
Because like if the Night Stalker's standing on top of you, right, with the silence, you can't chuck your little Q there. You just keep swinging. Just keep on going. Eventually, things are going to work out.
True. Mid lane. 23 Savage. Do they want to go on him? Hook and a catapult.
It's a bit much.
I mean, that is also the other scary thing, right? Like,
where did Yalwer just TP to? What the? That's a hilarious TP. This guy's got the max farming patterns.
He's making sure that he can escort the wave.
TP's back to that tier 1 on the off lane and just runs back to them.
Just in case. I mean, I guess if Puck is still there, you can maybe blow him up. But yeah. This is one of those moments, though, where for Soniqs, if you lose one fight in a bad way, you can very quickly lose a lot of the map. And these displacements type strats, they get really painful. Winner's Curse?
I mean, I'm down.
So you're thinking about it. KP wants to TP, blinks away, and does not have it. Yeah, 70-second on cooldown still. Does have a cool taunt, though.
Yeah, he's big braining though.
They're ready.
Yeah, not quite. Woo. All right, jumps into the wave.
Spike Carapace sets it up on the tiny Zephyr. Force Staff, want to get out. Hyde was there for the help. And have they gone too far? Quinn, he doesn't have much mana. Oh, Night Stalker ulti. Have they gone too far? Have they chased too much? They find the stun onto one. Ava toss back onto both, but the Spike Carapace to stop the Pudge. He didn't have that BKB ready. Hyde slowed down as they want to chase the rest of Talon, but Makoto comes in for the assassination.
Not bad, not bad. Wyvern is back though.
Yeah, so Bash gets it on the second hit. That is what they needed on a 23 Savage. Hook comes out afterwards. Dismember trying to survive through it. Force Staff off to the side, has the stun, and they do take down the Wraith King one time, but the Pudge, he doesn't come back. Makoto,
he's on a ward.
I think he gets out of here. It's just too hard to chase that puck.
Yeah, Quinn's like, I'm just going to kill the creeps instead. I can't handle this puck.
Trying to find the creep wave. Makoto gets it, gets out, and now they can't push. Dude, Makoto with this series, he has been everything that they needed on Talon.
Yeah, they're still just like losing these fights, losing ground, but he's finding ways to sort of soften the damage every time here, so they can't just run right down that middle lane and start knocking on that tower. And it is still another minute on the Aegis, so probably not much time here. As Fada's going to run into Hyde. Doesn't have any help, though, so... Ooh, puck coming through, though. Makoto was thinking about a boot to travel play onto the tomato. Deciding against it. Instead, going to just be running, actually.
Yeah.
Doubles back again.
I mean, this is the thing that's just so nuts, right? Like, if you can play this hero, dodge away from the fight, slow down the pressure, I mean, you can maybe delay out the game till a point where things get super weird. And this lineup is very good for the pickoffs. You know, Puck's been amazing at finding that back line.
There's a pickoff, though.
That's a nice one for Soniqs. As Zephyr taking the DOT from the Wraith Fire Blast, MSS is the one that gets him in the end.
It feels like at a certain point, though, you don't have any sustainable damage.
True.
On the side of Talon. As it just keeps getting stronger and stronger on the side of Soniqs.
Infinite scaling.
Infinite scaling. You're right. My mistake. Unfortunately, Flesh Heap requires kills.
That's true.
And that has proven to be more difficult, perhaps, than anticipated here with a lot of help from MSS on that Carapace.
Yeah. He's been having a really good one.
All right, Spider legs out, though, now. You know, throw that on that Pudge. Get him running. But he wants the armor. Hanging on to that Dragon Scale for now.
I mean, to be fair, that's much needed. I do think
that's coming out now. He's got the legs.
These are some really, I think, important things. Like, this Pudge has been so good against, like, a couple of the, you know, DOT-type heroes that come out that are sort of, you know, plinking away at him. But you get the big hits coming out from the Wraith King.
Who does he hook here where that's good? I mean, like, he only had an edge there. Could have been bad.
Yeah, I think maybe it's probably only the Winter Wyvern. What's this?
Curse mid lane, by the way. Going for a solo pick.
He hooks his teammate. That's how you do it.
Get us both cursed.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, slightly wasted curse there from Fada.
Chase. There's no way. Double force staff and he's out. The force staffs are really good against the Wraith King. That's been probably one of the most clutch pickups for Talon that's allowed them to stay in this game.
Yeah, also just like general spacing from Razor and Leshrac. Super solid game to go for it.
Yeah. Eternal Shroud after the BKB for Savage. Smoke up as 4 behind the Pudge. Get behind Big Boy. Let him do the work.
I think Quinn is such a good target still without this BKB. And not going to be opting one for any time as, you know, those players. Wow, what an Ob Sentry combo he's just sitting on, by the way. A little unfortunate there for Fada.
Hold Embrace. Zephyr, Avatos onto him. SS gets the stun afterwards. KP finding more.
No Carapace.
In trouble. Leslau needs to get out, but y'all were right on top. Do they have enough damage? It doesn't look like it. They're losing heroes left, right, and center. He doesn't have enough to deal with this. He's going to go down once, maybe twice. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. Quinn trying to salvage the day. Zephyr turned up on. They've got the DOT for him. Talon still want to fight. They find the hook. They catch him. Youri's in trouble. They got to salvage this. 23 Savage turned upon, and they might have just done it. Tries to get out. Dodges away. Where's the save? There's no vision. There's no nothing for him. They don't have dust. Y'all weren't getting the DOT. Goes back yet again. Armlet toggling, trying to escape. Quinn is playing Queen up.
Oh, the toggle.
Everything that they needed, whether the toggle or the save. Soniqs, they cover each other.
I thought he was dead for sure to Witchblade. I actually can't believe he survived there. That toggle was crazy.
Jeez.
That should have been so much worse. They actually just pulled off a 2v5 and got out.
To be fair, maybe it shouldn't have started as the 2v5, but very impressive that they were able to do it.
I mean, that fight could not have started much better for Talon, right? They had all the vision in the world with an Observer-centric combo on one of the absolute most important heroes and easiest ones to pick off first. Yeah, they were both located right there. Thank you very much. And they pick off the Wyvern, start the fight in a good way, but not able to fully close it out. It definitely shows some promise, though, because I'm already impressed with the damage output. You know, that Pudge, if you can get in there, the Carapace got burned early as well on the Avatos combo, so 23 Savage had a little bit more space. That forces Yawer to come in instead. Then he's locked in the middle of the engagement while Makoto was still there as well to help out. So with that rot damage and the lack of lifesteal, they get quite a bit of damage onto him.
And Quinn scouting ahead. 23 Savage, again the one that is in front of everybody else.
They both have spider legs.
They smoke break. High
Arachnids.
Glimmer and then walks out.
You know, lobsters are arachnids.
They are. That's right. So are spiders.
Are lobsters really arachnids?
I don't know. I think they're crustaceans.
You just said it so confidently that I was
You said it. You don't want to
No, you said you're right. They are.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
up on the high ground. getting their lobster on. They jump right away onto the Pudge, but the double force staff out of there. Yeah, we're going to be fine. And so too will the Pudge.
I think they're arthropods. They're just like ocean insects.
Okay.
You know?
I like that.
Who is a lobster set? Slark? Ah, I need Slark. All right.
What's up?
Save that for later.
21-21. And both teams playing this back and forth around the Roche pit.
The big smoke.
Can they do it? Who's up front? MSS. Smoke breaks. Where's the vision? They don't have it.
Yo, look at Quinn. He's right up there.
Hex, that's the reveal.
Where's
Quinn,
Yalmer?
but the force staff again. Wait, they jumped in with KP. He pulls up one. That's Fada.
And he's
no Winner's
alive.
Curse. Makoto finds the back line. Quinn in some trouble. The hook completely off the mark. He went in deep for that one, and he is going to get punished one by one. But the Clever Cape, 23 Savage, no, he will go down. Meanwhile, the jump in comes out again from KP, hoping to salvage the spite, but it's not quite going to happen. Roche about to respawn. They buy back on the edge. Zephyr Avatos.
Oh, he's out.
Good snipe. Oh, Zephyr salvaging this. And now backs out again. Makoto just keeps on playing them.
Quinn has bought back.
Forth like a
potential
fiddle.
lose potential, right?
If they die back on the Lesh, this starts to look very grim.
There's still a lot of heroes living here, only missing that Pudge. Of course, a key element, no doubt. A huge amount of their damage is allowing them to get through these fights.
He does have buyback.
Combination with Makoto, who is still just absolutely playing out of his mind, and has an unlocked, or rather a locked Aeon disc ready to be unlocked. So any bad situation, that's going to be the prep, as well as 3,000 gold now.
Yeah, he is mega rich. I mean, this is where things get really scary. It's going to get weird. Buyback status, that's going to be the most important thing to watch for. And you can see they only have it on Puck and Tiny. Meanwhile, it's just the right thing. He actually buys out now for the Vanguard. He's trying to get the Abyssal.
It's such a Soniqs game. This is just...
Yes.
Why is it always like this?
Now, here's the thing. In the past, when these Sonic games have happened, it has been heartbreak. It has been a heartbreak city, and if they lose this one, it is going to feel terrible, but they do have the tools right now to close this game out. And on the other side, for Talon, they have been struggling for so long. Div 2 through 2 tours, finally make it up into Div 1, make it to the Major, and they want to make a spot to actually get into that playoff bracket.
Yeah.
And a win here would put them in that well position.
I mean, this gameplay is just like the same kind of perseverance they've shown throughout the entire season, where it just, I don't feel like they should be allowed to win these fights. And they're just pulling it off. KP playing so well in this Night Stalker, perfect positioning and spacing, taking off one of those key targets in the Winter Wyvern, and that's with a Blink Dagger. Fada's got to find that spacing.
He's got the assemble if he needs it. Makoto about to break. Quinn in the wave. He knows that he's up here. They know that the puck is there. Looking for the Hex. They need to find him. Jumps in. Dude,
there.
Like a magician with the Abyssal Blade, it's there, but the assemble, he gets it out. Now the turn, silence onto 3. Jump in, Zephyr there, trying to break the kill. They kill off MSS. He doesn't have buyback. Can they find any more afterwards?
Fada.
The jump, Fada. There is no Winter's Curse this fight. Is it Heartbreak City? Can they find a target? Leslau in trouble, trying to survive. They find him too. Makoto, he's not dying. He just won't go down. As they find Quinn again, Yalwar, they've got to back out. They need to escape, but can they? Oh, Abyssal Blade back up again. He saved his BKB for this moment, able to dodge that hook. The buyback comes now from Fada. Is 23 Savage going to get glimmered and back away? We reset again. Talon in a much stronger position.
Oh, these buybacks.
Nothing.
That's it.
Dude, no damage done. They didn't do anything. What?
He just got caught. That was actually on the wave.
Okay.
That's Splinter Blast. He was just hitting the creeps, but I mean, KB does nothing but hunt for him, right? He's a little cliff racer, right?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Are they going in for Roche?
They're smoking.
They're in there.
They don't know what they're doing.
Quinn, I mean, you got to be careful, but they find him. Where's the Force Staff? Gets up to the high ground, he gets away.
Dude, hi to God. He's got
Leslau, oh, the Winner's Curse is finally done. They find Makoto. MSS sets him up to take him down, but isn't it enough? He dodges the phase shift to toss away. Zephyr able to save Makoto. Oh, it's some pretty Dota. It is some pretty Dota, but can they take Roche?
They just have so many tools. Like, they don't have the damage, but they got tools. They got Force Staffs. They got these beautiful tosses back out from Zephyr. But they're in the pit. They have the deeps. There's no doubt about that.
They're trying to finish this off desperately. Look at the Harpy Scout. The vision is there. They see absolutely everything. Leslau gets saved. Cold Embrace. Does he have a BKB? Does he have what he needs? I don't think so. Yawar caught to the side. KP is there as well. The stun from MSS, it's not going to be enough. The coil catches onto everybody. Leslau is dead for 2 minutes with no buyback. Quinn now turns. Hex there onto the puck. Gotta kill Makoto, but it's never quick enough. He just keeps living. He won't die! They buy back on MSS, Spot in trouble as Makoto continues to tear apart the hope of the dreams. Where is the punch? It's not even there! The hook lands.
Who phase shifts a right click? What was that?
Listen, they might have bashed. And now Talon go in to take Roche. Oh, man.
All right, I don't even know. Makoto's insane.
It is
actually
insane.
insane.
I do not expect to see Makoto playing puck again for a while, because this is a clinic. And now he has an Octarine core.
I mean, they're straight up just outplaying them. Like, the way these fights are starting, they look so bad for Talon. Like, they're in the worst possible positions, and these glorious force steps back to the high ground, saving 27 at the very beginning, and this whole secondary engagement suddenly comes out here. KB, of course, like, doesn't have to focus Fada this time with the Winter's Curse, since it was already used earlier. He's able to just jump in, help out, grabs the rune in the middle of the engagement too, and then, of course, it's just the Makoto show.
Dude, unreal, absolutely.
Like, he actually got hexed. It did happen, guys.
And it came out just a second too late. Oh, and then the phase shift coming up here in a second that you're talking about. Just in case they might have.
like boom. And the hook just to finish him off too. The easy T-ball setup provided from Makoto, forcing that Cold Embrace. And now Talon marching forward here. Don't look at the win percentage. Don't do it. Don't look at the graph.
Hurts.
It's a painful one.
It
we don't want
does.
to show it to the
Yeah,
Soniqs fans.
Thank you. Keep that one out of there. Oh my goodness, 5K gold lead, and the more important thing, you've got this Aegis on the Pudge now. To be honest, they've been doing a lot of like dodging the Pudge, and some of the big wins have come from killing him at the start, Quinn. But these force staffs.
Yeah, I think now they just can't lock onto him. There's too much stuff that just gets him away because it takes so long to actually kill him.
Yeah.
Wait, we have to find some itemization
They need a nullifier.
Yeah, they need tools like that, exactly. Like nullifiers, maybe try and deal with this. Oh, well,
Stun.
on 20 Savage.
Hide there. Glimmer.
Okay, this Glimmer is just invisibility is invincibility.
Where's the vision? They find the backlines, but they keep Makoto alive.
He eats him.
They used it. They saved him. And now, Soniqs need to back out. It's not, I mean, it's only 40 minutes into the game, but it feels like one of those super late game ones.
You know what's crazy? He hooked him before the Aeon just popped. So he actually saved his Aeon. And of course, that's a huge deal these days, right?
Right,
that
of course.
cooldown gets crazy.
Unreal. 40 minutes in, and Soniqs needing to come up with some more answers. And I mean, in a way, it almost feels like you have to go on hide. He's doing so much with just 4-staff Glimmer.
Yeah, and just the damage too. Like, another thing I definitely was not taking into account, right? As the game gets later and later, Ench, she suddenly becomes this big damage dealer because the pure damage is cutting through all of this defensive items that you're purchasing and all the armor and everything else. It's just cutting right through in that flat HP pool.
To be fair, I really feel like they need to get that nullifier, but this might be enough. Is he too far forward? Well, you don't get invis next to a tower. KP finding Fadi yet again, tries to force him off, but it won't come in time. Quinn now turns on to KP. There's a Dismember on the backside, catching MSS and going to find him for the finish, but 23 Savage backs away. Yawar tries to turn on to Hyde, can't get onto him.
Couldn't kill him.
Stun, it's not there. Leslau continues to beat into this Pudge. It's only going to be round one. Can they do it a second time? Makoto able to phase shift that stun that came out. Silence afterwards. Again, only Fada's gone down. KP very low, is going to fall. Meanwhile, Razor also drops 90 seconds without him in this fight.
Quinn's out of mana, though.
And Yawar's getting slowed. He turns. He knows he has to battle. You can't run away from the punch, but the taunt and the stun right in the midst of it. But another 4-staff, 23 Savage. The Ghost Scepter to live through it, and he goes down. They have to buy back on this. They need to get back into the fight, but it's going to come too late. As Quinn, Hex tries to run. Not going to happen. And MSS, the only one left alive in that fight.
That is 2 minutes of no Leshrac here. That buyback, it is not anywhere close to returning, and just what a team effort. You can't beat it. Like, the overall team playing coordination, these 4-staff saves, the toss is just, what more to say? You know, you don't have these defensive items. You don't have these helping tools inside of Soniqs, and it's really hurting them.
It's so tough right now.
They're just getting kited like crazy.
I mean, he's at a 3rd HP and he's just still running in. Does not appear to care. He doesn't have an Aegis. Who cares? And now he has an E-Blade done too. Oh, man.
It's wild that like this guy's 2,400 mana on Leshrac, but these fights are taking so long, and this Pudge does so much damage, and the way that they're just kiting in and out, you've got the regen on the Pudge, you've got the Night Stalker going through and eating the jungle creeps, so like this mana to health conversion of him actually removing them, it's not working. They have too much health for his mana pool somehow.
And now the regen rune to be back up to full. Still a minute without the Lesh. No way for him to come back into this fight. And it's because of gold. Needs 1,000 to have the buyback. Wraith King is back up in 20. They don't push hard. They don't push quickly. But if you're all dead, they're going to take your base.
This is a pretty pathetic siege, I have to say. You know?
It's real bad. Well, you know who did get a nullifier is the Night Stalker as well. So they'll have more and more answers.
Someone get this guy a Moonshard.
And Talon going to continue to grace us with a hell of a show here. They're going to back out. Don't want to push their luck with Lesh respawning soon. So it's still only 1 lane of racks, but the momentum of this game is heavily swung into the favor of Talon.
Yeah, you have to think that mentally, you know, Soniqs are feeling pretty terrible at the moment. I mean, I would be.
Yeah.
This is pretty rough at this stage of the game, but there are still problems with Talon at this point versus some of these heroes on Soniqs. You already just saw it when they went high ground, despite such a massive fight when they're only able to get a single lane of racks. That is an issue, no doubt. So Soniqs, they still have quite a bit of damage as well. Great potential for taking structures as well as Roche. So something to watch for when that comes back up. And that's why Talon want to keep this pressure up. They're staying on this side of the map. They're just grabbing these creep waves and saying, okay, 1 bad hook and you're done.
23 Savage. They have this ward over to the side on Fada.
Oh.
Looking. Hope. He pulls the wave over towards him.
Oh, what a standoff.
And Makoto jumps, finds Quinn, turn, Hex. Where's the follow-up? KP again kills Fada.
He's got buyback.
Doesn't have an answer to that one. Now the 4-stat backs away, eaten up for the moment. Zephyr and 23 Savage together. The coil already used. Makoto jumps in again, trying to find an angle. The hook able to connect on that one. MSS, good dodge afterwards, has the stun. Is it going to be enough though? KP, he gets forced out again. MSS is dead for 90 seconds with no follow-up. Yuar tries to turn on to hide, cannot even punch him. And the areas where you can go for this fight. They finally take down Hyde, but it is not big enough. Although Zephyr is still within vision. Oh, they're not going to go for him. They can't get there in time. It's too dangerous.
Wow. Man, Fada waited so long on that buyback, trying to bait them, I guess, into thinking that he didn't have the buyback. But in the end, man, he wasn't actually there for any sort of a punish, right? To try and get like a blink curse or something off. And is there still no Lincolns, by the way, on Radiant? I don't think there is, right? So he's actually still free with these curses. I mean, it shows why they're requiring to punish him so hard. I mean, they have a Lotus, so that could be an issue, but I really feel like Fada's got to hit one of these. Like, he has the potential to win these fights, and he's just... It's not obviously his fault because they're doing a great job on Talon of scouting him out and finding him, but at some point, you got to just like, I'm just going to solo smoke and sit way over here with Blink.
Right.
You know?
Every time that they catch the Wyvern at the start of the fights, it's basically over unless he has a buyback.
Yeah.
And now with the DD for KP, I mean, he could focus other people. This is going to be, what, 500 damage roughly that he's going to be dealing? That is
smidge of damage.
That is devastating.
Well, it's a middle of the pack Roche timer here. Another minute and 20 seconds before that's going to be up.
Overwhelming blink on both the Puck and the Wraith King. They've got AC done on the Razor as both sides gathering themselves for that next Roche fight that you're talking about. 1 minute. And Night Stalker, if he could finish off and get towards the AC as well before that next fight, that would be huge. God, it is just so much stuff to deal with. And I mean, the way these fights are playing out, it so often feels like they're trying to catch the puck with MSS, and it's just not working. Oh my God, Quinn! They catch him, but interrupted, turned upon, they find him again. Fada in the back lines every single time. Zephyr, Abatos, MSS trying to get away. 23 Savage runs into all of them, but they get the stun. Where's the follow-up? They don't have it. There's nothing there. 23 Savage turned upon yet again. Aegis is not there. The stun comes out, and is there any extra follow-up? Tossing him away. Toss requires no target.
Why is his health going up every time?
Every single round, they turn again onto the Night Stalker and do finally burn through him, but Makoto comes in for the snipe with the overwhelming blink. Quinn tries to get out of there, tosses back onto the Pudge. They find him, they kill him. He does have a buyback, but not so lucky on the Wyvern nor the Razor. Lift up onto MSS Talon. They are so strong. They do get away with that Nyx Assassin, but will it be enough for them to hold their base?
Again, this rather poor pushing will have to come into play here. You can see who the damage dealers are and who the supporting cast are, that's for sure. Oh, dude. all right. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
Poor Fire. Just get a right click in.
When you're right, you're right. But
Radiant's bottom tower
It is tough. I mean, it's why it's a great matchup. It's why people pick the Night Stalker against Wyvern. But, I mean, man, KP, he has found his target, and he does not miss.
Dire's structures are fortified.
jeez, this pushing is abysmal.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's truly awful.
Buy a meteor hammer, my guys.
Yeah, it's time to go road. So that's the victory you can take here. There's still 40 seconds left where you might have a chance to force a buyback out of Quinn, and yeah, I'm pretty sure even at this point you can see, oh, it's the refresher shard, eh?
Okay. Very, very good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they will take, I mean, this also goes pretty slowly.
Was there any good Ags left?
Can they get there in time?
I guess like puck Ags have been kind of okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this game's a little bit clowny, a little pinball-y.
Not terrible, not
I
terrible.
mean, tiny Ags, man. Yeah.
Listen, the Sprink,
The
that's
Sprite,
right.
you know, that would have been great, but we're refreshing. So I'm sure that plenty of people who would love that. I mean, KP could go for it. I think would be pretty great
definitely.
for him, honestly.
Yeah, so much value there. For now, at least, the Pudge is holding on to it, getting rid of his boots, 305 movement speed. And where can they find an avenue to fight? Another DD rune going to be taken. Makoto's got it, and it looks like the target is up top.
Oh, well, I see them. They've got a smoke. They're grouped up as 5, and they're going to do it.
Soniqs.
All right, Soniqs. There's an Aegis on the Pudge.
Let's see how they can do it.
How do you solve a problem like Makoto? That's the problem.
You ban Puck. Jumps for the backlines here, maybe. KB waiting for his target. Fada is off to the side, hiding. Invis, Shadow Amulet.
My other favorite movie is something, there's something about Makoto.
That's right.
A lot of great movies from that era about this guy.
There you go. E-Blade jump in. Makoto brings him down to half HP. They find it onto both. Fada, there's the nullifier. BKB popped afterwards. They haven't found Fada. Good winner's curse, but no, is it good enough? I'm not sure if they have enough to kill him. The
It's a big
stun
thing.
afterwards. Good silence from KP, interrupting the follow-up that was going to be there. Yawor trying to take down one. Can they kill off the edge? They will.
Zephyr.
Hyde dies. Now the turn. Looking for him, but they managed to find that hook. They got to salvage this. And it is going to be Quinn dead, has the buyback, uses it now, toss back onto one, 23 Savage caught, the stun is out, but the reincarnation is there. MSS could look for another follow-up, but the hook, it lands onto him. BKB stun in the midst of it, turns with the dismember, they can't break that one. Nothing doing.
Buyback?
Wraith King dead, has the buyback, they've got to hold on, but I don't think they've got the damage to deal with this. Yawor jumps in, finds it, he needs some more punch, but again, he eats him up. Gets away, and GG is called. Talon, take it, 2-0.
Dire's top barracks
At a certain point, the heroes don't matter. You just get outskilled. And that's just what happened here. Talon were just on fire. They played so well. The communication, absolutely amazing. I would love to hear the comments from this game. I'm so impressed right now by Talon.
I think that is the type of game that you play, and then it can reset the entire